What is up, guys? And before we even get started with this cup, I will tell you that this was probably the hardest one I've done yet. It's got multiple layers, and I had a vision in my head. Wait, oh yeah, don't look at that. That's the next video. Or is it? Yeah, that's the next video. Don't look at that. Or you can. Sneak peek. Whoop, 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 whoop. Might be the Galaxy style. Anyway, be looking for that. And this one right here, it turned out crazy good. And the fact that I use real sand is insane. So just by that, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoy the process. Watch the video. It's got layers. It's got lots of stuff going on. It's really cool, interesting. Kind of looks, my son was like, whoa, I didn't know he was going to make it like super realistic. So it's pretty cool. Enjoy. Let me catch you up to speed here. You didn't miss anything except for I had 2 colors of spray paint, and I took it outside and I sprayed a fade. No big deal. You don't really need to see that. I mean, how easy is that? So what I do want to do is let me get this guy out of the way. Cup I just did. If you want to see this video, as usual, click that little I button up there. What I do want to show you is I'm going to tape this off down here somewhere in a wavy, and I'm just going to spray this color. It's like a beige, and I'm going to like splatter, that might be a good word. These 2 colors, just a little bit, just so when I use my real sand for this, you won't see any blue through. And yes, you heard me right, real sand. I got a whole bag of it. Holy cow, that's heavy. Okay, be right back. All right, so I got that sand out of the way. I'm not going to tape up the whole cup. I'm just going to use paper because that wastes a lot of tape. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a strip here, like so. Take my handy dandy X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to do a wavy pattern. No big deal. And guess what? You can use both sides because you got 2 wavy patterns. That's going to go around like so somewhere. I got to figure out where I want to put it. So I'm going to put it on there, look at it real good, and I'll be right back. All right, now this is the bottom of the cup. So it sits like this. This is going to be my beach area. And I'm going to spray this. And I don't want to do it in here. So I'll be right back. I'll do the splatter in here because that doesn't put out much spray, but this guy does. So. Alright, so I didn't lay it on too heavy. Oh, that was like a little movie magic there for you. Hope you enjoyed that edit. But now, I didn't lay it on too heavy because it doesn't matter if you can see a little blue through it. So now I'm just going to like lightly press the trigger and splatter this. So let's see if you can tell what's going on. I'm going to have to go back over this. This splattering is not really, it's a little too dominant for me. So I'll just go over. Oh geez, that one's really dominant right there. Look at that. No worries, I'm just going to go back over with this guy. Fog it up a little bit. So just, there we go. Why was that so hard? Just barely press the trigger. And I did that on a pair of shoes one time. If you want to see that, link is right here. Above my blue fingernail right here. I'm going to fix this by just fogging that around a little bit, and then we'll be back to take that tape off. Alright, we're back, and really, to tell you the truth, this is pretty cool looking. If you just wanted to leave it like that, as sand, that would actually look pretty good. So we're going to take this masking tape off that was protecting our blue fade. It's really quick, simple, easy, but it's worth taking the extra precaution to protect to work cleanly, you know. And there we have it. You've got an ocean That's the beach, rather. There's the beach with a little oceany fade. I might throw a little darker color fade up here. I don't know. That might look cool, huh? If you're just doing the beach and you want to leave it like that, but I want to be a little extra and use real sand. So let's go. Oh, that's still wet. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to put a thin layer of resin for my sand to stick to. I guess you could probably use some sticky stuff like Tack It or maybe even Mod Podge. I don't know. But I feel like in my mind that this is a good idea because you're given a layer of resin so your sand kind of sinks into it a little bit, because the sand is it'll be a little thick, you know what I mean? So you're going to have to cover that up with more resin. And if you put resin and it sinks halfway in already, I feel like you're halfway there. So it just makes sense to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. It has happened before, believe it or not. So I'm just going to keep rubbing. Oh, look at you. I'm going to rub it like a little puppy's belly. You like that? Look at it like that. He's wagging his tail. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I took this bag of sand and I used this little sifter here because I wanted to get out all the big chunks, and that's all I got out of there. That's not really a lot for the whole bag, but it'll be enough for this cup. And actually, you'll be surprised. It'll be a lot more than you think, because it really goes a long way. It's about like glitter, you know. So my technique is I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it on, and then try as close as I can to stay to my little wavy line, because that's my shoreline. But I'm not really worried if it goes over a little bit, because you know how the sand kind of fades out into the blue, the beautiful ocean. So I decided that since I got such a tiny amount from sifting, I might need to catch my excess. So I use it again, like you would do with glitter. Oh, it just makes sense. So I don't want to run out, you know. I don't know how much this is going to take. This is my first one doing a beach tumbler, much less with real sand. So I think it's going to be awesome. And if you've seen the beginning of the video or the thumbnail, then you would know better than I do now. I feel like this is going to take way too long, so I'm just going to sift it with the cup. I mean, I'll catch the excess anyway, and I can reuse it. I don't want to be here forever, you know. This stuff only lasts so long before it won't be sticky anymore. Start curing. Tap, tap, tap. It's actually easier to follow the shoreline doing it like this. So, all right, I'm happy. Look at the big brain on tape once again. Anyway, just gonna keep on tapping. Keep on adding. Look at it just fall off. I agree with that. And then I'm going to take my finger and lay everything down smooth, as flat as possible. I mean, it won't be smooth, but that way I can use not as much resin to cover, because I don't want to feel the sand. I just want to see it. I want to look deep. So I'm liking that. So I'm going to add a little bit more to some of the spots I'm missing, and then I'll lay it down with my finger. Of course, I'm going to put a glove on first. So be right back. So I don't want any sand on the bottom, so I'm going to just rub my finger around and get any of those little pieces that fell on the bottom. I want the bottom to be smooth. You remember we painted the sand colors with a spackle. I mean, what's the word? Splatter. With a splatter. And I'm going to take a little off the part that goes, I don't know how to explain it, so let me think about it. Like, see those parts sticking right there? Like here, where they round in the edge? I want those gone, because I want a smooth surface for the resin to flow around the bottom of the cup, so it's not jaggedy, so it'll be smooth. Because I want to see the sand, I don't want to feel the sand. And when you're taking your cup in and out of a cup holder or something, I don't want anything rough that might rub and damage it. So I'm just going to smooth it out till I get all those little extra pieces of sand off the bottom and around the rim, not the rim, but the bottom part where it'll be smooth. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Come on now, help me out here. Now all I want to do is lay my finger down flat and kind of push it down and feel for any pieces sticking up. Now, of course, you're not going to get it perfectly smooth, but you're going to eliminate a lot of that extra resin that you're going to have to use by just tapping it down. So I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going to do it a couple times. I just want to make sure. And if I find a big piece, I might grab my tweezers and pick it off or something. Alright, so I've added another coat of epoxy on here yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this had time to cure. I mixed up one more layer of clear, and then I took a little bit of that and added some white, just a very, very, very small amount of white acrylic paint, and one drop. One drop of white alcohol ink. So I'm going to put a layer of epoxy on, and then I'll come back and we'll put the waves. Alright, I've got my resin down. I'm debating whether to do a little bit of glitter. See the speckle from the spray paint kind of gave me that idea, but then I thought, like, I've got these two colors, which would be like this, that I kind of really want to drizzle a little bit on there. Should I? Should I not? I should? Oh, okay. You talked me into it. So all I'm going to do, I just want a very, very small little bit. I'm going to dip my finger in, and I'm just going to dribble from a what do you call it? Sprinkle from a high distance. Can you see it going on there? It's just enough to see when the cup, and I'm way up here, I'm like 2 feet in the air over it, and it'll be just enough to see when the cup is moving and you're drinking out of it or whatever. You might just want to sit on your shelf. I don't know, but why would you do that? Anyway, yeah, I'm glad we're doing this. Good idea. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for the suggestion, by the way. Okay, we're going to do that. That's enough for the dark blue, and then we're going to do the teal color, which is like super pretty. It's pretty. It's my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. But really, I saw some of these kind of strands at the good old Walmart craft section. I almost got those, and I thought I might do that on a different cup. Kind of didn't want to go all crazy on this one like I am with the glitter. I just want to get enough just so you can tell it's got some sparkle in it. And I'm liking it. It's looking good. It'll look really cool with the waves that we're about to do. And on to the waves. So now I've got my white. Oh, I got some glitter in it. That's cool. It's all good. My white resin mixture, if you remember, like it was only like 3 seconds ago because I've stopped the video. First swipe's going to be right across the shoreline. So mix it up and get it rolling and drizzle. Drizzle. Why are you not drizzling? So let's get it, just touch it on there. There you go. Get closer and kind of touch it. I think that works better. That's not going to hurt it. Oh, that's going to be a cool one. So while we're doing that, let's just get another line going. Wave on wave. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and get that. There, perfect. Perfect. This guy's going to, and that's fine. You're like, oh my gosh, I messed up. Nah, you didn't. Don't worry about it. It'll turn out really cool. Trust me. Have you not watched enough of my videos to trust me? Come on, man. Trust in me. Like that snake. What's that movie? I know you just said it. I can't hear you. It's the with the monkey and the kid. What is that movie called? Jungle Book. Thank you. Jeez. I'm glad you are here to help me out. You know, the weird thing is that I'm here. You hear me. But, you know, I'm currently talking to myself. Let's give a few waves here. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll blow it out. I've got my heat gun. I don't know if I mentioned that. Go ahead and have your heat gun ready. Because we're going to blow these waves towards the top. That way. Make it a little bit thicker down here because you know how that goes towards the shoreline. Can you see that? I have my hand in the light. My bad. So you'll develop your own technique for how you like to do these. They're waves. It's organic. It's nature. Okay, so we got our waves on, and we're going to take our heat gun and we're going to blow it up that way. So here we go. Check this out. This is crazy. Move it up. It takes it a minute to get it moving. There we go. Look at that. It's kind of hard with it moving so fast. But you want to blow kind of right before it. And you know the ones towards the back out to sea are going to be a little bit more dispersed than the ones up front. And you can come in and add more water if you'd like towards the end. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy beautiful. So now for the shoreline, lay it off for a minute. Don't put it on the whole time. Just put a little, move it, and get it out of there. We're going to add some more right there. I like what that's doing. So then, I'm going to show you just a minute our alcohol inks. I think I'd like a little bit more on the shore. Turn my thingy off. Let's get a little bit more on that shoreline. You know how it brushes over to the shore. Sorry, I keep getting in the light. I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting. You should have your cup to the side so it doesn't drip over it, but I keep forgetting. Because I'm trying, it's hard to do when you're trying to let somebody see what you're doing on the video. And you forget about stuff like that. Let's have another little line up here. As you can see, as it spins, it disperses even more. That's the problem with doing it on a rotisserie cup, a cup on a rotisserie, as opposed to doing it on a flat surface. That's what makes this a little trickier. So we're going to put a little bit more here, up this way. I'm not sure what that little piece is. Probably a piece I didn't mix up very well. So sorry, I keep getting in the light. You'll have to forgive me, because if you don't, I don't know how we can go on. So as you can see, the spinning, but it's still really cool looking. I love the swirl look of cups anyway. It's kind of really what got me started with all this cup stuff, is the alcohol ink swirls. I was like, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I have to try that. I literally said it like that. I'm not even kidding. So we got that on. Let's hit this with the torch. Turn this bad boy down a little bit. Jeez, not that much. Okay, turned it off. Oh, flamed out. Okay, when you turn this thing upside down, apparently it does that. It's the first time we're using it. Alright, let's blow it out a little bit with the old heat gun. I would love to have a flat attachment on here, but I don't have one, so this will have to do. I'm not sure what that little white piece is. I'm getting that out, and this one. I don't like those white chunks. I think that's where I didn't mix up the acrylic. Well, I didn't strain the acrylic. I just got it straight out of the thing, but that can add to it. It looks like kind of legit, like stuff in the water. Waves, the thick foamy parts, whatever. All right, here we go. So here we go. We're gonna blow out a little bit more, give it some movement. I like to blow from right here. That way, as it starts moving, it's turning over and not running back that way. So I've noticed doing it with the heat gun heats the resin up and really gets it moving, and I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I found my wife's hair dryer. It's got this nice attachment on it. Don't tell her I'm using this, okay? It has a cool setting and multi-speeds. Check this out. This is going to work much better. So you got speed. That's what I wanted. And you can actually put some heat on it too, because this thing is it's not going to get anywhere near as hot as the heat gun. So that is exactly what I was looking for. Look at that. That's perfect. You can switch back to cool if you want to. That's what I want. Cool. Hot. So I'm just going to add another stringy right around the coastline here. Give it a little more foamy where, you know, like the beach hits the waves hit the sand. It's kind of what I'm going for. I may blow it out a little more with the hair dryer, heat gun. You just have to play with it and experiment with it till you get happy with it, till it looks like cool, like the way you want. And remember, there's a little bit of a window you can work with. You have about 40 minutes to keep playing around with it, 30-40 minutes, until it just starts getting too stringy and tacky and curing. And then if you're not happy with it, you can always come back the next day, throw another layer of resin on there, and just put some more billowy white streaks. And I like this because this is like the third layer of resin. And if you'll notice, if you haven't noticed yet, the white kind of casts a bit of a shadow onto the blue. It makes it look like 3D and deep, and that, especially with the realistic sand being 3D, that's really what sells this thing and makes it amazing. You should see people's face when I show them and I tell them, I was like, hey, that's real sand. They do a double take, so it's really cool. And so we're gonna cut. You can fiddle with this thing till you're blue in the face, but we're gonna cut to the final product. I'm going to show you what this thing looks like all done. Let's go. Okay, so the original one of these I did is, I don't have it. It's gone. Somebody bought it. And I forgot to film this. But the good news is I made more. Here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, wait, I got one more. Hold on. Now see, this one is made with the mica powders. I mixed in I think this is 3 colors, and then one, and then one, and then one. Maybe it's always that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So I mix the mica powder in the resin, small little cups, and I just drizzle it on, and kind of like the swirl method, where you just swirl it as it's turning. Turns out pretty cool. And then you do you let that cure, and then you do your white layer with the waves. And my daughter says these little clouds up here, that'll work. So this guy here, how cool is that though? Here's the realistic sand. Does that not look like a beach, like legit, or what? That's beautiful. I love that. And this is a favorite of people's. Like, it's like so interesting. Waves, clouds, whatever you want to call it. Who cares? It's just so cool that you used real sand. And that legit looks like waves hitting the beach there. I love it. That's really cool. Really happy with that. Let's put it on a turn and let you look at it. So that video sure was fun, huh? I'll see you in the next video, huh? Okay, I'll stop. I'll just wave goodbye. Pretend that never happened.